Hey everyone, Mr. Lumpkin here. I kind of want to take just a few minutes to run through um, kind of the course syllabus for ag leadership. I know a lot of y'all been in ag leadership before and kind of know what to expect, but the reality is none of us know what to expect for this school year. So, going to kind of talk through it and kind of talk about some aspects of ag leadership and things that this class is going to be consisting of this year. I'll just go ahead and say it without hesitation. There's no doubt the one thing that we all can't deny in life is that we're going to have to be leaders at some point, and we're going to be expected to lead families, to lead church groups, to lead clubs, but we're all going to be leaders. And if we can do something that offer a class that embodies what leadership should be, I really think we need to take time and kind of talk about that. Just some class rules, and we're not going to read this verbatim. One thing's being respectful, having a good attitude, being responsible. I think this year having a good attitude is going to be so important. I'm going to tell you straight up that I'm no expert on Google Drive. I'm no expert on Google Classroom, and I'm sure not no expert on recording videos. But I'm going to do the best I can. What you say and how you act to others is so important. I know that many times we say stuff in fun, but the reality is some of that stuff comes back, and it never goes away. And we've talked about some things. Many of y'all have had my class before know that I used to be all about doing some kickoffs, and that's changed because people made fun of them, and it really bothered me. And so we stopped doing near as many as we used to do. So just in general, be respectful. Think about what you're doing. Try your best. That's what I'm going to be doing this year. I hope that's what you're going to be doing. If you go down here and we talk about general class rules, obviously, things have changed a little bit. Some of you are virtual. Many of the assignments you're going to be doing still going to be virtual. Just remember that, school rules apply. The way you act, if I see something I've got to report, I've still got to report it. It's important about being on time. You see here in the middle, it's important for you to be on time. There's going to be things that we do that are virtually, and we're going to have Google Meets, and it's going to be live, and I need you to be there. It's going to be you being authentic and not cheating and not plagiarizing. I can't stress enough how important that is this year. It's easy to check, guys. Please, please, please make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. In this class, one thing I'll say that's different is many of y'all will be working on different things at different times. Do your best. Push yourself. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that if you're in this class, we need you this year. We are expected to maintain, and we sure don't want to give up, one of the best FFA chapters in Northwest Georgia. Many of you have competed before, and I'm going to tell you, I need you to compete again. This is your opportunity to drive home and prove Southeast Raiders are the best. And, we want to make sure when the Raider bus pulls up, or the mini Raider, or heck, they log on and see us on a contest, they know that we're legit. So, make sure you understand that. As far as assignments go, you're going to have 1 week from the posted date. Some of you, that'll be Friday. If you're virtual students, you'll have Friday to Friday. For some of you, those things are going to be, it may be a 2-week assignment. For some of you, there's going to be a lot of your time virtually. You're going to be preparing yourself to compete in contests. And y'all virtual students as well. We're going to need you to prepare. And I think we proved last year, working hard goes a long way. I caught a lot of flack last year. The ag sales team said I was hard on them. I was hard on them for one reason. I knew they could do it. And I think we've got to be hard on ourselves, hard on each other, and try to push ourselves to be better. You do need to be participating. I think as we go through this, be a part of, if we got a Google Meet, come in class, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Test breakdown, same as every other ag class you've had. Daily grades are 25%. Worth ethic is going to be 25%. We won't have a lot of tests. FFA and SAE, I think that's pretty self-explanatory if you've had my classes before. You kind of know how it works. Hopefully this year we get to finish it out and everything goes and we finished, got the grading scale there. Guys, makeup work. I know that last year it got out that hey, they're not grading these assignments. That's not the case. We will be grading them this year. You're responsible. I feel like this is where we're kind of going to separate the men from the women. I mean, the men from the children and the women from the children is who's going to step up this year. It's a challenge. If you look at some of the stuff there that we're going to be covering, leadership. What is leadership? Who are leaders? Leadership styles, I think, is important. In terms of record keeping, we're going to spend time on that. I think number 5, unit 5 is going to be really, really important. I think it's my job to make sure that when you leave this classroom that you're prepared at least a little bit what a job looks like and how to go about it. You notice unit 7 there and unit 8 are about personal development, ag leadership, and that's where a lot of this stuff will fill in. Guys, I challenge you, if you're in ag leadership this year, make sure you're the leaders of our chapter. I think there's nothing more that can come out of a leadership class than for somebody to look at you and say they're one of the big dogs at Southeast FFA. We're very lucky to get to have this class. It's going to be very easy for us to have another basic ag class. Last year was the second year we had it, and I think everybody that was in here would agree it made a difference. We had several state contest teams come out of this classroom. We were able to sit down and plan meetings. We were able to sit down and have discussions. And, were they all glorious? I ain't going to tell you they were. But I will tell you that you're in this class for a reason. I guess y'all don't know this. You might know this. When you sign up for ag leadership, they send me a list and I choose yes or no. And I sometimes say no. You're in here because I truly believe you're one of the leaders of our chapter. Whether you've been an officer, going to be an officer, never care about being an officer. I don't care. That's a title. And just because you're not an officer, just because you don't want to be an officer, just because you've never shown livestock or done a contest, you're in this class because you're a leader. And you're somebody that I obviously think has tons of potential. And I want to make sure that we drive that home. If you have any questions, my email's at the top of this paper. Most of you have my cell phone. We're going to be going through other contact ways. I've got a website I've made. Yeah, for y'all, that's a shocker, right? It's a pretty good one. Google Classroom is going to be how we're going to be turning in most of our assignments. Again, my philosophy in life, it is what you make it. We've got to make this year great. My goal is to make this the best year that Southeast has ever had. My goal is to be the best I've been this year. Make sure that your goal is the same way. You'll get out of this class what we put into this class. You'll get out of ag class what you put into ag class. You'll get out of life what you put into life. This one don't have a place to sign it. You don't have to sign this paper. You and your parents don't have to sign it. I encourage you to share this with your parents. Walk through here and kind of talk about it. I'm super excited about the folks in this class. Let's make this the greatest year Southeast FFA has ever had. And I look forward to seeing what 2020, 2021 might have in store for us.